The good old 90s. Look, I myself haven't experienced the good old 90s, but you must have heard someone or the other saying that they could go back to the 90s. According to my info, the 90s was the time where the world in general became more developed for modern culture and style. Whether it was watching Will Smith in The Fresh Prince, Biggie and Tupac going at it for rap supremacy, or MJ dominating the game, the 90s' impact on our society is still very present. One of the first reasons why 90s was the best in general was for its rivalries, which very much is lacking in today's game. There was some real bad blood between a lot of teams and players. Every player in the 90s wanted to win, and that meant no type of association with anybody from any team. With so many fights and brawls, you could tell players really did not like each other. The second reason is the sneakers. The 90s era has become iconic for its retro sneakers and re-releases of kicks. There was just so many fresh kicks coming from multiple athletes and companies. Michael Jordan and the A. Jordan brand, and then Charles Barkley, Penny Hardaway, and Allen Iverson led the way in the kicks department. But no one is coming close to what Nike did for culture back in the 90s. The company put out an array of vintage collections, which is all of them are now must-haves. The next point is the jerseys. Oh boy, those jerseys. Some of the best jerseys in NBA history come from the 90s era, with some of the most mesmerizing color schemes and designs. The Orlando Magic's pinstripe jerseys are an all-time great in the Shaq and Penny days. The Bulls jerseys were simple, but after being the most dominant team in the 90s, the red, black, and white colorway is a staple of the era. This is one of the most important changes of the 90s, and that was the hip hop era. Rap music became a key influence in the NBA in the 90s as it began to grow and popularized in communities. People witnessed NBA players began to dress like their rap counterparts and wear longer shorts on the court. Then, when Allen Iverson entered the league in '96, everything changed forever. Do-rags, jewelry, and all. AI made the most of his success by staying true to himself and paying homage to his passion and culture. And of course, the best reason why it was the best decade, because of Michael Jordan. MJ can easily be number one on any great basketball related list. His impact on the game of basketball changed the way people respected the game globally. From his competitiveness, marketability, and style, MJ will always be an icon. He had the best sneakers and commercials. MJ's legacy in sports is out of this world and is the key reason why basketball thrived in the 90s.
Look, homie, the 90s basketball wasn't just about stats and field goal percentage. It was more about the spirit and the culture of the game, which has changed the NBA since forever.